This will be almost a cold start video. I backed it out of the garage so to not to stink up the house. If it sits for 2 or 3 or 4 days, 1 or 2 pumps, turn it over and it fires up. It's got a Holly on it with an electric choke. The choke is still on. I just took a picture of the carburetor and the intake with the air cleaner off. So because I backed it out of the garage, I don't think I'll need to touch the accelerator, but we'll see. My foot's not on the gas. I'll clear it out a little bit because that Holly runs a little rich. Comes off its electric choke comes off choke pretty fast. The tack works. That's a new tack drive on the generator, replacement generator that was rebuilt. You can see that it's charging. Temp gauge works, but it never runs pretty cool. It's never overheated. It's got a radiator that was replaced probably 15-20 years ago, but it doesn't have many miles on it. Gas gauge works. The heater is bypassed. I have a replacement radio for it. The only speakers are the ones in the dash. So it's not high fidelity. It does work. I just gotta get it turned on. I don't know if I have anything pre-programmed in it or not.
Not at all. Not at all. 98.1 CHFI.
It's got that dual cone speaker that was put in it. I replaced the mirror. I've replaced pretty much everything in this car over the years. New armrests in here. That's a 5-speed shifter because I put a Tremec TKO 600 in it in 2019. I have the original T10 with a Hearst Competition Plus shifter on it. That worked perfectly. I just wanted actually a COVID project and a TKO 5-speed with an overdrive. So now that's off a choke. Give it a couple minutes and the electric choke opens up and that's the end of it. Oil pressure works. The top, which will go outside, look at that. This is an Elnock top, and it's actually a new frame that I bought from Elnock down at Corvette's at Carlisle a few years ago, and I got the bright white. It's in nice shape. I keep it up most of the time. I'm going to walk around a little bit. I replaced this pedestal because the other one was pitted. I still have that. Wiper arms were replaced. The wipers are cable driven on a C1 and they're pretty much there for show, that's all. That'll work a couple times as long as there's water on it. The windshield was done in Pittsburgh at Hardtopper, and new glass in the windshield, all new weather strip, all the stainless polished. Very expensive job. I took that windshield out and took it down to them, and then went down a few weeks later and picked it up. Sits and runs real nice. It's got a electric limited ignition system under the cap. It runs off the regular wire. You don't have to have a 12-volt wire. It's a pretty nice system. Underneath to the hood. These tires are almost brand new, all 4 of them, and so are the torque thrust tubes. I do have a set of the 5-inch by 15-inch reproduction original type wheels that have the nubs around the perimeter for the hubcaps, and I do have a set of the hubcaps. I had all 4 bumpers re-chromed a couple years ago, including that grill surround hoop and also the bar across. The license plate holder was a new one. Headlights are T3s that are new, well, new in the last few years. Tack drive for the generator is also new. Cable. Anything that the engine needed, I did, obviously. The engine is a 350 horse L79. I took pictures of the stamping on the block. It's from a 66 Nova. Fairly rare engine. It's not obviously the engine that came in the car, because it would have been a 283. Dutch fan. I didn't clean my windshield. I can see some bumps on it. Torque thrust. Trim. Lock sets and lock handles. Those were replaced, and I bought locks that are keyed the same, so the ignition will open the doors in the trunk. The luggage rack is on there because my wife has MS. She has a scooter that she needs, and I can't fit all of it in the trunk, so part of it gets strapped to that when we go to a show or ice cream run or something like that. The cardboard divider was replaced, antenna was replaced. The wiring's been updated. It's got an electric limited electric system in it. See the taillights. The taillight housings are also new. I replaced those because the comb was fitted on the old ones. The bumpers were redone. The exhaust exits and goes through the appropriate spots in the frame. Also, I don't know if I mentioned that. I have a spare tire cover, but I don't have a spare tire. So it does have the, I don't want to wreck this. It does have a plywood cover here that bolts down. And if you had a spare tire that was like a 570/15 bias, you could put it on one of the steel wheels, and you could fit it in there. I don't have a jack for it. The interior is Elnock seat covers or leather. They're the correct for 61. Emergency brake works, but I'm on an incline, so I always put something behind it. I have lots of pictures of the TKO that was put in the car, and I'll do a video underneath of it at some point too. speedometer works. Okay, I'm going to stop this walk around and I'll take it for a drive and try with a 5-speed, try and do a little running, driving. It stops very well. I did a disc brake conversion on it. I had the backing plates and the drums from the original. I do also have a dual master cylinder set up for it, but I haven't installed it because it works so well with the original that I haven't bothered. That can go with the car, as does the original T10 4-speed with a Hearst Competition Plus shifter that came with it when I bought the car some years ago.